know, Yankees play tonight later. I think 9:38 is first.
That's
pitch.
right, 9:38.
Why not? I guess they're making up for the minutes that is passed for the Rangers on their puck drop at 8, which is like 8:16 or something ridiculous. Anyway, I'm Anthony Pusick, and this is ENN. It's brought to you by Security Dodge. Go see Michelle Scalisi and...
Come get some!
Yeah!
I'd like to start off like we always do, and that would be saying good evening to Don.
Alligators are an issue.
Yeah, well, he made a point.
And a caller with our good friend Peter.
Could I tell you when I met Ray Romano?
No, absolutely not. But, John, we love you. Thank you so much.
He was so nice about it, too.
But right, because Peter did feel legitimately bad, but it had to be done.
Listen, he was nicer than the people that called up after we said In the Wild was dead, and they got through to me. I basically told them that unless the president was there at your birth, you're not getting on for In the Wild.
Right.
So unfortunately, that segment takes a back seat. Richard, how you doing?
Polish cockamania. Polish cockamania.
Cockamania. Oh, interesting. Never heard that before.
Sudden death.
Remember that, Don, in case it comes up.
Sudden death.
Right.
Frank in New Jersey.
Frank in New Jersey. Hey, Frank.
How you doing?
Good.
All right, gentlemen, let me get my speaker up.
That was very unfortunate.
He did call back. He said that he had some issues with his phone.
Very unfortunate.
Oh, there were issues.
Our point guard friend.
Pee-wee shuttle pants from 1946.
Well, you have me at Pee-wee anytime.
All right, anytime.
No, he killed it.
Shuttle pan.
And no, everybody, Don is not in a bathroom. He's not in a closet. He is actually at the Florida Panthers Arena.
I'm going to show you.
In Sunrise.
I'm going to turn the camera so you can see.
For Game 4, Rangers-Panthers, he and Dave on the call. I already see the great Ray Santiago back there. He's getting ready. Dan Grasso with the pregame starting at 7.
Are you kidding me?
There it is.
What are we doing there? Look at that.
Already. So this is the booth. It's a tiny booth, and it's way on the other side of the arena. That's why I confused Lindgren with Gustafson, so... Thanks for reminding me. Like it didn't eat at me for the last 48 hours.
Oh, listen, Ton, it happens. It happened on the TV call, too. And you know what? It didn't take away from the fact that the Rangers won the game. So, Game 4, Rangers look to take a 3-1 series lead. But we talked about them a lot today. We talked about the Celtics sweeping the Pacers.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, 29 points, ended up getting Eastern Conference Final MVP. Was he expecting that?
I wasn't expecting that at all.
Okay.
You know, I'll never win. So I was just happy that we won.
So,
about that.
I feel bad for Michael because he's still fighting the good fight for people not to have a potty mouth. It's over. You're talk about losing battle.
It's over on this show about an hour ago.
Oh, yeah, that happened too. No, I don't know. Michael's got to give it up.
I understand his sentiment, but I just think you
I know, but there are a few arguments that Michael makes, some of which I understand his sentiment, others in which I don't. In which he just always tries, and the only thing you come up as, you look like a lunatic. In this case, he's like completely right too.
Well,
but it's still just, you know.
But I think there are two ways to lose a fight.
Okay.
There's losing a fight because you're wrong, and there's losing a fight because it's just not worth fighting and you tap out. And that's what we're asking him to do here. He is right. There's no reason why these players have to use that kind of language where it's got to get bleeped out, and then a lot of times on live television it does leak out to the public. He is 100% right. But sometimes you got to read the room and realize, you know what, Ant is not going to beat Godzilla. So the ant walks away.
And lives to see another day.
I usually do.
And lives to see another day. Maybe there's another fight with a spider or another insect. There'll be more of a fair fight. This is not a fair fight anymore. It shouldn't be that way. But whether it's this generation or whatever, it's just language is not something anybody fears to use anymore. So what are you going to do?
Beautiful rendition of the anthem going on in the background.
Yeah, truly enjoying it.
Well, listen, that's not Don's fault.
I don't know what to do. It's not official.
No, it's not official. It's not official. But he sounds good. So if you're looking forward to that on ESPN tonight, and I believe we'll carry it on ESPN New York as well.
He's no John Brancy, I'll tell you that.
No John Brancy. Nobody is. Even Ray agrees with that. As we've talked about, guys, Hall of Famer Bill Walton passed away yesterday at the age of 71 with a long battle with cancer.
I was not aware of. Were you guys?
No, I think he kept that pretty private, actually. But But
he was working, like, some of the stuff that we were looking at social media. He was working games at the end of the regular season. That was like February and March.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. I didn't know anything about it. It was so sad to see.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver released a statement. Bill Walton was truly one of a kind. As a Hall of Fame player, he redefined the center position. His unique all-around skills made him a dominant force at UCLA and led to an NBA regular season and finals MVP, 2 NBA championships, and a spot on the NBA's 50th and 75th anniversary teams. As a cherished member of the NBA family for over 50 years, Bill will be deeply missed by all those who came to know and love him. He is survived by his wife, Lori, and 4 sons, Adam, Nate, Luke, and Chris. The thing that I took from, now I wasn't working the show at the time, it was during the pandemic, a lot was going on. But Bill Walton came on to talk to you guys on April 14th of 2020 to talk about Bike for Humanity, which ended up raising money during a time in the pandemic where really it was everybody was looking for something to hold on to and feel good about. And Bill managed to put this together to do something nice for charity. And from listening to Dave Pasch yesterday and Jay Billis on SportsCenter eulogizing Bill, they all said that he always wanted to talk about other people, not just himself, and bring other people into the conversation. And one of the questions that you guys asked him, Michael asked this question specifically, was, Bill, this is a pretty amazing thing you're doing. And I just thought this response kind of encapsulated what everybody that knew Bill the best, from what I heard yesterday, who Bill Walton was as a person.
I'm really lucky. People have always been nicer to me, Michael, than I deserve. And having the greatest parents ever, although they had zero interest in athletics, had incredible coaches who cared about me and who were interested in how things were going to play out for little Billy. To have Chick Hearn in my life from when I was 9 years old. My first coach was a volunteer coach. He was a fireman, a San Diego City fireman, who volunteered at our elementary school for 59 years. 59 years, never took a penny. When he died a few summers ago, he was the richest guy I've ever known. And then the sense of optimism in my life, it was fed by my parents and Rocky, my first coach, and just the whole culture and nature of my life in San Diego. Chick Hearn, always driving it. And then John Wooden, who every coach I ever had, Michael, was a John Wooden disciple. Every teacher I ever had in school was a John Wooden disciple. He gave his life so that other people's dreams could come true. And we tried to pick up on that. And there are lots of people like John Wooden out there. We see these remarkable public servants who are just trying everything to keep this all together. It's tough.
Incredible stuff.
Yeah, you guys obviously did a great interview with him, but that was something, Peter, you asked him about his relationship with Kobe and, of course, his son Luke, who played with Kobe. Just a guy that loved to talk basketball and seemed like he was just an all-around fantastic human being. So rest in peace to Bill Walton. And we can't go anywhere with Bill without bringing up some of the great moments that happened really on ESPN proper, quite frankly, a lot. I mean, him and Dave Pasch were on the Pac-12 After Dark a lot doing games, and everyone remembers all his moments in the Jim Maui Invitational. You guys have seen this video going around where he ate a lit candle from a cupcake?
Oh, yeah, the best.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What's your name in there?
Take a bite out of it while it's lit.
While it's lit?
Say, I'm kidding. I can't.
How about the face plant here? There's a face plant here.
I can't. People coming up and people.
Dave Pasch beside himself that he actually did bite into the cupcake with the candle lit, which I thought was pretty funny. And Peter, you mentioned, or Don, you mentioned about Bill talking about Chewbacca earlier.
Mm-hmm. Is it true, because we were showing the George Lucas building there, is it true that you were in the mix to play Chewbacca?
No.
I heard that.
Chewbacca is modeled after me.
I'm being serious. I heard that you were in the running for that you were being considered to play that role. I'm being dead serious.
You're always serious. That's one of your problems, is that you don't have fun with your life.
But you're not answering the question.
No, George Lucas is as cool as they get. And I remember the night that George and Kareem and Bill Russell and me, we were all up in San Francisco at a big fundraiser for the Martin Luther King Memorial. Beautiful play by Johnny Rice.
So since you're not answering the question, I'm just going to assume it's true.
What was the question?
I'm just going to assume it's true because there's...
I auditioned for Chewbacca, and they said, no, but we're going to model the character after you.
All while basketball games going on, which if you listen to Bill and Dave do a game, happen quite often.
And it was also mentioned there, because that was one of the things I saw yesterday when I was going through YouTube, which Michael should try.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
He was, and I've seen this movie a billion times. He has a cameo in Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, I read that.
But I don't remember where.
I don't remember it either.
Also, while investigating, trying to find if there's any footage on YouTube, there was not. That I also found out that Ron Jeremy has a cameo in Ghostbusters as one of the people outside the blockade, like towards the end of the movie.
That's a name.
Yeah, that is a name. But so I don't know where I don't know if he was in the crowd. I don't know if it was a scene that was deleted. I looked it up on
Ray
IMDb.
Santiago said, the great Ray Santiago says, uncredited background extra. Already putting in the work.
Yeah, and I saw that he was uncredited, so it must have been that same scene where he just happened to be there. But I think I would have noticed him. I was 84, so he looked a lot different, but still.
He would still stand out.
That's pretty good, Peter.
Yeah, I used to do makeup quotes. He used to say things that were just so funny and random, like like Charles Barkley, champion at the game of basketball, champion at the game of life. Like just these really over the top things that were just so funny. I mean, listen, and then as the years went on, you got the idea he was probably high. That's Bill. He was going to dead shows. He was living his life. I mean, that's what I thought yesterday right away, Don. I thought this guy should get to smoke a doobie with Jerry Garcia within a few days, you'd think. Now, I don't know if time is a thing in heaven. I don't know how the whole time thing works. But I would think or the heaven thing for that matter. But I would think in short order, if there is a heaven, Bill Walton is there. And if there's a getting to do the things you dreamed of thing that happens for good people, Bill Walton is having a hell of a hang with Jerry Garcia.
Again, Kofi is just amazing. We should actually pay him, although that would never happen.
Strong. Kofi is great, though.
He showed me there is pictures of him.
Oh, look at that.
From Ghostbusters.
Wow.
Way in the background. So that's pretty good stuff. Thank you, Kofi, for that. My theory on heaven is this, Peter, is that we all meet up in heaven after it's all over. So, all right, so my dad died in 97.
This got deep.
He is going to realize he's in heaven the day he meets all of us. So, like, time will just fast forward to, like, when it's all over and we're all getting together. You know what I mean? It's just a theory. It's not biblical or anything. It's just that's how I think it'll end up being. Like, you die, and then when you realize you're in heaven, everybody you've known will already be there as well.
I like that version of it.
Why are we saving this for the 6 o'clock hour?
It's something. I mean,
that's big
come
stuff.
On, let's listen. We're all theorizing, right? I mean, it's all about taking a leap of faith religion, and so you find something you're comfortable with that you can wrap your mind around, and we all hope we're right at the end. There's a lot of people that are going to be wrong, Peter. A lot of people. One side's going to be right. We're going to find out who it is well after the fact. But that's my theory. That's what I'm going to hang on to, if that's cool.
I like that one, Don.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you.
I like that version.
So wait, does that mean, though, but in your version,
yes,
Bill doesn't get to, at this moment, he's not with Jerry Garcia?
No, but he won't realize it because that time will just...
What is time?
Like when you wake up.
You
don't know what passed, right? When you fall asleep, those 8 hours, you don't know where they went. It just you close your eyes and you wake up, it's 8 hours later.
And was it you only dream for like the last 15, 20 seconds or whatever it is or something like that?
It's just like that.
So so when he realizes he's there, we'll all be there and we'll just move the party from Earth up there. Because one day it's going to come to an end, right? And it's all going to...
That's right, Tom.
That's right.
Evaporate. We're all going to end up like Neptune.
Moving over to happier notes, the New York Mets. They're up 2-1, heading into the top of the ninth as part of their single
and
admission.
That's when you feel comfortable as a Met fan that they've locked it down.
Well, 2-1 right now. Lindor home run in the third inning, I believe, has them ahead 2-1 against the Dodgers.
You didn't take the pitch, Anthony?
Not this one, no, Don.
Did you see that? Was making social media. The last out was that Saturday, wearing those stupid City Select jerseys they can't win in. A 3-2 pitch, Peter. He took it, not took it thinking it was a ball. He had the bat on his shoulders. He was taking.
That's an interesting choice.
And I don't know what did he. I never got. Listen, I've been here in Florida, and quite frankly, didn't care because I'm doing all the Ranger stuff. I mean, I'm following the game, but I'm not going to go take the deep dive into what his answer was. Did we get a response, an answer? Did he not know what the count was?
No, he did respond. I forget what he said. He did give a reason, but I think, quite frankly, what it was, Don, I think what it boiled down to was he said that he guessed wrong on the pitch. But to your point, when you see the video,
he's not guessing.
There was no guessing there.
I've seen guessing. Carlos Beltran guessed wrong.
That did
in
happen.
06.
Yeah, that happened.
But when you watch it, as you've seen it, Peter, right? As he's wanting, he just put his bat on his shoulder. It's a take. So here are the acceptable answers for me: A, stroke. B, he forgot what count it was. Anything else, or C, he's tanking the game. And I don't believe that to be the case. But those are the three answers, because you can't tell me, no, you didn't guess wrong. You know what you guessed? You guessed that the count was 3-1 instead of 3-2.
Unrelated, how about this, Don? You want to hear Masterpiece from Bill Walton?
Yes.
All right, here you go.
Oh, boy.
He was named by his older brother, Andre, who's 11 years older. And he was named after Raekwon the Chef, the guy from Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan, a pioneer, a fiery presence out there. And the greatest hip-hop group ever.
I mean, that's
pretty awesome.
That's Bill Walton explaining that Wu-Tang Clan is the best group ever.
Well, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with.
That's exactly right. I mean, he's just, what a treasure that man was.
Yeah, honestly, like, again, they're going to find, they're going to find somebody to replace Bill on those. I don't know if it's official, but that was a great line, Anthony, with ESPN After Dark. Those late Pac-12 games, and they're going to find somebody who's an analyst that's going to break it down and do an amazing job, and it's going to be a terrific broadcast, but it's not going to be that.
Well, it won't be called the Pac-12 anymore, I'll tell you that.
Well, whatever, the Pac-27.
No Pac anymore, no Pac nothing.
It's called the Big East, Don.
Well, yeah, because who is it that went...
the Big Ten is essentially taking most of the Pac-12.
Yeah, but who was it that went to the one of them was like, it made no sense. Oh, no, Utah to the ACC.
Yeah.
Come on.
What are we doing?
Well, what are you talking about? That makes total sense.
What are we doing?
Utah, Atlantic Coast?
Well, the A stands for an Atlantic, not, the thing underneath your belt. Because if it's the ACC, ASS, then it makes sense. Put anybody you want up there. But you know what? If it's ACC Atlantic and you're taking Utah, listen, I'm no brainiac. I prove that every day on the show. But I can point Utah on the map, and it's not anywhere near the Atlantic.
Well, I do appreciate you stalling for me, Don. I finally got back to SNY's Twitter to find the quote. Now, it's 43 seconds long, but the quote that SNY took, of course, that they put is, I just took that pitch, and I got to live with it. Lindor talking about taking strike 3 against Giants pitcher Randy Rodriguez.
That's no kind of answer.
Like I said, it's a 43-second clip. I don't have it where I could play it, but I'm sure he goes into it more.
Yeah, you know what? I'm good.
You're good.
If you're going to be that stupid, then I'm good.
Adam Ottavino trying to close this game out, by the way, for the Mets.
As long as it's not Diaz, we're good.
David Stearns did talk before the game.
Sure he did.
And he was asked, do you believe this is still a playoff team?
We haven't played like a playoff team, and I think that's the reality of how we've played here through the first 50 games. That doesn't mean we won't, but we've got to show it. And I think we have a group of players that is very committed to that goal, that is determined to play better. But until we show it, it's a reasonable question.
Is this team capable of making a run?
I do believe we're capable of that. Based on the talent we have in our clubhouse and the belief that group has in itself. But
Peter,
I also said in
happy.
Philly, it doesn't matter what I think.
You're not happy with this?
It's just yo-yo words.
Oh, it's just
yo-yo words.
How about this?
Blah, 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 blah.
This isn't necessarily yo-yo words. Any update on Pete Alonso's situation being a free agent next year?
Nothing's changed with Pete's situation. Our goal on a daily basis is to help Pete succeed as much as he possibly can so that we can win as many games as possible. And that's where I expect we'll continue to be.
You got to feel good, Don, don't you?
No, but it's all. But it's all gobbledygook anyway. Because of that third wild card, the last I checked, that's like 4 games out. So you could spin it any way you want. Here would be my question: do you think your team's good?
But they tried to ask that in as many ways as possible.
But playoffs. Okay, we've got more than half a season left. I guess anything can happen.
Sure.
But stop asking. You think this is a playoff team? I don't care what you think. What do you think right now? 8 games under 500, whatever it is.
Boy.
What are you?
Well,
I guess
It was first and third with nobody out. Adam Ottavino tries to field a bunt,
Sure he did.
and he kind of eats him up, and it is now a 2-2 ball game with first and second, nobody out in the top of the ninth.
You saw that coming like a bat to the forehead.
I appreciate you going that way, Don.
What did you think I was going to do?
I don't know. Snoop Dogg.
Would you have a problem with the forehead or the bat? Where did you think I was going to change?
To jam it. Jacob says jam it up. Snoop Dogg is now is going to be the sponsor for the Arizona Bowl. Something interesting that he said today.
I'm happy to announce that the Snoop Dogg AZ Bowl is partnering with brands that will help us be the first bowl, you hear me, the first bowl to offer NIL money to student athletes. We will be the first bowl to do that. Let's go, AZ. Let's go, NCAA. Let's go, players.
Well, I'll tell you
it's interesting.
That will get people to play.
Potentially
that aren't going to the NFL.
Depending on the amount of money. I mean, remember, by this point already, you're going to have, depending on the level of teams playing in these bowls, you may have players who already have a lot of money, so that may not be enough to motivate them.